So the
We
need,
were in Muscatine too. I mean, it didn't hit us as hard as it hit
right,
other places.
right. I mean, just north of us. I mean, we have good friends that don't live that far from us that had to, had some real challenges with that. And fortunately, Brett had a couple fields of his that were challenging, and it certainly affected the yields there. But as far as the harvest as a whole, we got along so much better than a lot of the guys around. But Dad was involved just like he always has been. I mean, every day. Every day. He'd do his chores or make time to do his chores, and us boys would get things started, and he'd show up and pitch in and go till we got done.
Mm-hmm.
Every day,
Yeah.
unless he had cattle that he needed to haul. I mean, otherwise he was there, and we've said this a couple different times in some of our write-ups for different things or responses, that he was the backbone, and there's no doubt that he was the backbone and kind of the glue to it all. And he, we've kind of had that transfer of power, like Jeff said, of us being taken on the grain side of it more so. In the past, I don't know, what is this, 5-6 years now, but you wouldn't know that, if you were passing by or whatever, because he was just as important and involved as he had been, in past years. So, and interesting, in about the first week of October, our whole family broke with COVID. And I had just started this new business venture, and as it turns out, I had to quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
We had just started to the point cutting beans this fall when that all hit. So I couldn't go into my job, and I didn't have it yet at the time, but I had been exposed. So I quarantined in the cab of the combine and was allowed to, I guess, finish up our bean harvest during our quarantine period. Then I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad was around all the time, but we made sure that I stayed in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
They drove trucks, tractors, or whatever, and we just didn't cross paths, and we kept our distance. And we got through that 3-week period, because then after I got it, then started another 10 days. So kept everybody, I guess, that, like Jeff says, that helps us and such, kept them free from it. Nobody got it that we know of, I guess, and I'm sure we'd have known, but nobody got it from any of us. So at that time, so that didn't, we kept telling him, Dad, you just got to stay away. It's fine. You just stay in the trucks, haul grain. I'll stay in the cab of the combine, and you know what? We can't chance it, because we just didn't know who it's going to affect and how. And Dad's most of our friends call him Big Jer. He wasn't that big in stature, but he was kind of the guy that he had big ideas. He had a big heart. Everything about him was kind of big in all facets, and he could get big time angry at times too. But everybody knew and really knew he respected him for that. I don't know.